What up, everybody? Mike Anderson here. 603 tuning in as always. This is the Bad Apple Fact. Today, I want to talk about life, the journey, and how it can easily turn into a famous book if you choose. Whether it's a happy ending or a bad ending, well, I suppose that's going to be on you. You see, for the longest time, I always went with my body, with my instincts, and knowing in my heart that there's a master plan out there, whether it's a higher power, Jesus, however you believe. I believed it was just the universe itself had a plan for me, and I stuck to that. And that's a great thing. 100% support it, and I still believe it to this day. I wouldn't be sitting here in this situation if I didn't have a plan for me. Believe me, I've put myself in some bad spots. We're going to get into that. Don't rush it. The issue that I came across with this strong belief that I had in living my life believing this is I happened to put myself into reckless situations more often than not because I strongly believed that this can't go wrong. I can't get hurt. I'm indestructible because I have a plan. Essentially, thinking that I'm protected by the universe. Hey, it may be true. I'm still here. But I'm going to tell you right now, if I would have been a little bit smarter in the way that I applied myself in life, I wouldn't have had to go through so many hard times and heartache. And I find myself to this day still putting myself in silly positions. And I can't speak enough about the fact that if I didn't have a higher power watching over me, I wouldn't be here. When I say the positions you put yourself in life, people say it's like a game of chess, true, fair play. I don't look at it like that. I look at it like a game of Frogger. I'm playing in traffic. You want to move across the street as fast and as quickly as possible, but you have to be very methodical and calculated so you don't get smeared by that 18 wheeler. You know what I mean? Because life will do that. You start moving too fast, you don't stay in your correct lane, that 18 wheeler is going to own you. He ain't stopping. Life is not stopping because you put yourself in front of it. That being said, don't ever let it get you down. If you get smeared by that 18 wheeler and you're in the deepest parts of depression and you're fighting demons for your life, bro, I've been there. I still do it all the time. Find the courage if you can. Find somebody that's got your back if you can. And if you can't, go deep in yourself and dig yourself out 1 inch at a time. If you can only move an inch a day, make sure you move that inch a day. Don't stop because then you won't be able to move that inch. If you keep going, that inch is going to calculate into next thing you know, you dug yourself out of this hole. And that's the most beautiful thing ever because it's really hard to enjoy it when you're doing it. And even after you've done it, it's very hard to put it into perspective of, wow, I just did that. I'm capable of getting myself through the worst situations. It's very hard just to sit back and just breathe and be proud of yourself. It's easier said. You can talk about it all you want, but when you look yourself in the mirror to recognize what you've been through and give yourself credit, that's hard, but it's the most gangster shit ever. It means more than anybody else giving you credit, that's for sure. I promise you that. And that's all about the situation you put yourself into. Like I said, it's a game of Frogger. If you put yourself in the wrong lane or you move too fast across that highway, you're liable to get clipped. Don't get clipped. That's the game of life. Now, after you do mess up on level 10 or level 20 and it sets you back to level 1, hopefully you have some more experience in this game. And now you know not to do that once you reach that level, right? Hopefully. Hopefully. I'm here to tell you about the little things in between instead of rushing to that level. You have to move methodical and you have to be very smart about the people that you surround yourself with and the attitude you have when you leave the house. Also, the other people's attitude, because if you're with somebody with a bunk attitude, the whole day is going to be bunk. If you're with somebody that's content and comfortable with their life as is, you should be very proud of them. But if you're not content with your life, you have to move on. Because if you want greater goals, you need to surround yourself with people that want the same greater goals. It's great to always have that one boy that's comfortable and he's always going to be chilling in his little suburban neighborhood or whatever he's doing, and he's always going to be there. But if you're striving and you're in that time of your life to where it's time to lace up your boots and do what you need to do, hey, tell homie you're going to see him on the swing, on the rebound. You know what I mean? I'm doing my own thing right now. And if he's a real friend, he'll completely respect that. It's just that simple. No need to go into depths with that, right? But that all goes back to putting yourself around good people, trusting the people you put yourself around. That's a big one. And trusting yourself to know if shit does go sideways, you're smart enough not to jump in front of the moving bus when you can just take a breather. That's the nice thing about the game of Frog is that you don't have to jump in front of that friggin' train. You can hop back and you can move around. But if you hop in front of the 18-wheeler and you don't make it, you're smeared, you're back to level 1. So now at the age of 30, I'm trying to move more calculated. I'm doing the best I can, at least. And I don't want to put myself directly in front of that truck anymore. You know what I mean? There's times where I want to say, fuck it, because I can take that truck head on and I can rebuild. I'm confident in that. But that's not the attitude to have, because you're going to end up just saying, fuck it, just to prove a point. And proving the point is not worth it. I get this stuck in my head a lot. So I feel iffy about giving advice on it, but I'm hoping I could just talk about it and maybe you guys can relate. Because the things I've been through in life and the confidence I have in myself, I'm not worried about that 18-wheeler, right? And I can't be thinking about that, because it's like, what's that 18-wheeler going to do? So what? He's going to smear me and I go back to level 1. Guess what? I know how to climb. I can do this. I already proved that to myself. So why do I find myself needing to prove it to other people? Well, I feel like it's just because so much time has passed. I'm getting older now. There's younger kids running around. Disrespect is rampant. You know what I mean? So I struggle finding myself trying to fucking wanting to prove something to a nobody in my life, at least. They have their own life. Nobody's trying to prove nothing to me. So why do I feel it necessary to prove something to them? They don't owe me nothing, right? They don't. I owe it to myself to be able to look in the mirror and say, you know what, you did this. That's what's up. That's gangster. Don't go crash out. Don't jump in front of the truck. Don't reset yourself. And I'm saying this into the camera. Essentially, I'm talking to myself right now, guys. You know, if this helps you guys or you can relate, I hope so. Like I was saying, calculating your position and crossing the street. Once you make it across the street and you finally realize, like, it might have taken just a little longer than you wanted, but the grass is so much worth it. It's amazing. That feeling is golden. And you have to try to take a second when you get those good feelings to just stop. When you get that butterfly feeling in your belly and you're just happy and life is supplying you with a natural high, take it from me, friends. Enjoy that. Just stop for a second and take that in. Breathe that sweetness. Enjoy that moment. Because if you get all happy and you kind of end up rushing through that moment on accident, then that moment might not come back for fucking years. So don't rush through the good moments. Be proud in yourself. Be proud to level up. When you level up, enjoy it. That doesn't mean go out party. That doesn't mean wild out. That means just take a couple seconds out of your day and enjoy that feeling. Then it's back to it, because guess what happens when you level up? That next level is harder. You know that. There's going to be obstacles that you've never faced before. You might be used to getting to level 20. You've been there 100 times. You got smeared by the truck 100 times. Now you successfully made it to net level 21. Shit, this is new stomping grounds now. We'll see how many mistakes we can make on this level before we beat it. But you got to go in that confident. I know to be methodical. I know to put myself in a good spot, and I know to surround myself with safe, trustworthy people. That's the game of life, just like the game of Frogger. Hey, take it as a joke. I'm just trying to make a comparison that's actually relatable, and it's relatable to me. So, other than that, I want to give a salute to everybody. I got Onyx J, the local artist from 603. We're from the same hometown. I'm mad excited to say I'm going to have him on the Bad Apple Fact podcast. Special episode. We're going to be deep diving into men's mental health, the causes and effects, what we've experienced personally in life, and how we've overcome it. And it's just going to be awesome. He's one of the most intelligent men I grew up with. We went from the same high school, all that good shit. We're from the same shit. So it's going to be great. We're tapping in together. We're going to make it happen for you guys. Until then, my name's Mike Anderson, Mr. 603 tuning in. This is the Bad Apple Fact podcast. I hope you guys have a blessed day. I love you.